Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 73. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Mondays with Mello. And today, I want to talk about work ethic. And I do get asked from time to time, like, where do I get my work ethic from? But before we get started, I'm going to share a quote from Kingsbury. Work ethic is the most important component of being successful. So, with all the work that I've been doing for all of these years, I keep getting asked, where do I get my work ethic from? And I will honestly say that I get a lot of my work ethic from my mom. I mean, she gives her all into, the work that she does, and I can admit that I acquired that from her for sure. And the knowledge that she has in the field that she works in, I ended up in the same field as her, which I'm currently doing right now. But the one thing that my mom is she's very smart and she's very inquisitive. And the other aspects of my work ethic, it pretty much comes from having a drive to succeed, along with also being an athlete pretty much the majority of my life and being competitive as ever. And I will say that, you know, I've been playing basketball for like 30 years and I've been really competitive with that. And I mean, granted, I had a brief stint, playing a little bit in high school, but I really didn't get good until like after high school. But, when I play pickup games and I play with my best friends, I'm just like the ultimate competitor and I want to win. And I won't say that I'll cheat my way through it or anything like that. But I've worked on my game, on the basketball court. So I transitioned that into my competitive edge with trying to be one of the best writers that I can be, and it's more proving it to myself and proving it to God of you gave me these gifts and talents, so I'm going to write on your behalf with the world, and that's you know how my work ethic just continues to be great and to continue to be strong. Now, I'll break down a couple of other things. Now, my drive to succeed is pretty much I don't want to work in corporate America forever. Like, I don't want to work for a company. Kind of want to live on my own terms. And I feel that the only way I can do that is by really utilizing my gifts and talents. And when you get to a place in your life where you just know you have this innate drive and desire to be great, your work ethic is going to drive you pretty much every single day. Now, I don't have, the best days all the time, but I will say that I do work about 90% of the year. The other 10% is me taking days off here and there, maybe me going on vacation, things of that nature. So I know that spending 90% of my year like working like tirelessly to be great, I know that I'll be successful in the near future. Now, when I write book series, I'm competing against myself to see how great of a book I can write. So from part 1 to part 5 of a book series, it's get better with each book. Bring out certain characters and show who they are, things of that nature. Little things that kind of make me tick, little things that get me going a little bit. In my mind, I'm working diligently to pretty much make every book better than the last one. So I always say to myself, I'm only as good as the last book that I've written. And the book, and sometimes, I'm working on books ahead of time. So yeah, I just finished writing a really solid book, but it's on to the next one. And can I make that one better than the last one that I just wrote? So there are days I don't want to sit behind this microphone and record these podcasts, but I get my butt up and I do it. There are days I don't want to write, but you know what? I do it. Why? Because I know that the success will show itself when the time is right and when the time is there. And with each book that I write, it's improving and honing my craft. And I'm always working on something that will affect my future. Now, whether it's a blog, this podcast, a video I'm recording, those are the things that matter to me the most. And I don't know how long I will be doing this, and I don't know how long this will last. So it's the reason why I give 100% of myself every day into doing something, whether it's writing, whether it's writing a book, whether it's writing a blog, whether it's developing content, whether it's posting something on social media that may impact somebody, whether it's recording a podcast that you guys will listen to. I try to make sure that I give 100% of myself into something that's going to benefit not only me, but benefit other people and will affect others that are behind me. So I want to make sure that when this is all over, I can look back and say that I gave my all in everything that I did. I want to make sure that I can say to myself, you know what? I did it my way. I did it smart, and I enjoyed the journey. And that's another part of it. My work ethic is always top notch because I enjoy what I do. And when you figure out your passion and you figure out what you're meant to do in your life, you make sure that you give it all that you have, because there are so many people that would love to have your talents, your gifts, and your abilities. So that's another reason why I really have great work ethic, and it's the reason why I do what I do. So what I want you guys to understand is I'm not sitting here trying to boast myself or trying to boost my ego or my bravado or anything like that. This is more of sharing with you what's going on in my mind and how I go about so many different things and how I'm, focusing on so many different aspects. It's, writing blogs, writing books, editing books, creating book covers myself, formatting books myself. These are all the things that, I end up saving hundreds of dollars on, because I'm going through the process of being creative myself. And when someone is holding a book of yours, you can say that you did every single aspect of that book. You created the book cover, you wrote the synopsis, you wrote the book, you edited it, you proofread it, you formatted it, you set up the back spine, you created your bio, all that stuff. You put a professional picture on the back of it. Every single aspect of a book that someone is holding in their hands, I can say the majority of them, I've done all of it myself. And that is the most fulfilling part of all of it, especially when I sit back and reflect on, book series that I've written. I'm saying, wow, I really wrote that. And recently I had a moment because I finished writing A Woman's Worth, the Woman's Worth 6-book series that will be, published for the first half of this year. Part 1 is, right now available on Barnes & Noble's, Kobo, Scribe, iTunes, and paperbacks are available on the Book Patch. But I'm not sitting here trying to advertise that. I'm trying to say that I wrote a 6-book series, and when I ordered copies of the books, it was surreal to me that I've been doing this almost 6 years, and that book series had the most impact on me because I'm writing about women's social issues, but I'm a guy. You see what I'm saying? So that's where that work ethic and that drive keeps me going, keeps me, in a mode. It's what's next. And everyone tells me, yeah, slow down, sit, enjoy, embrace the moment. But I think I want to do that in a few years. I don't think I want to do that right now. I'm in the middle of accomplishing my big goal of writing 60 books. And that's my contract with God. So if you guys don't know that by now, my goal is 60 books. I know that I'll probably write more, but I know I want to get to 60 right now. And I'm a little over halfway there. So I count my blessings and I keep praying that I'm going to get to that. And then when I get to that, then I can focus on my next goals. So that's my podcast for today. I thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned for Wednesday coming up. Motivation, inspiration. Be good, everyone, and go accomplish your goals.